Yo, come on, let's go. Let's go.
What you got to say, sir?
Right up, straight back. Straight back. Where you putting me? Get these. Okay, so I guess that hard part's coming out. Then when we come out, we do a circle, guys. We go down the sides of the whatever, shake it out. Before you will get up to the so when you come down, Mr. Dawkins, Dr. Cadwell, you're over here. Are we doing cards?
So when the other four stand up, you get off stage and go up. You're at the go right back to the Where I go? Yeah,
3.3 or more. So I had a big 47. Why suck teachers dick, bro?
No, it's a stadium.
Oh, that's fine. You go to the state?
Yeah.
Who that?
Hello.
Oh, you hear her? I get him a pair with me. That was supposed to speak. So our stuff's going to be on the side. No. He's on this side. Set of cards. Say your name.
So go back over here. Like by the dirt.
at this time, I ask all to stand who can for the presentation of the colors, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Good morning, class of 2019. Congratulations. Buenos días y felicidades a la clase graduanda de 2019. I'm extremely elated. There's some of you that I have followed from Harding Middle School, along with Dr. Calderon, and it's just amazing to see that you have made it here. And I am proud to have seen you through that journey. It gives me great pleasure and great honor to introduce to you, I know our proud principal, Dr. Michael Joseph Calderon.
Good morning. Welcome, alumni, faculty, family, friends, staff, and most especially the members of the class of 2019. We're all gathered here on this momentous day to commemorate the achievements of this 153rd graduating class of Frankford High School. Before we get any further into our program, I want to make sure that I don't forget to thank those people that made this day possible. First and foremost, Ms. Armstrong. As well as the rest of the faculty and staff that helped to plan, organize, and carry out all of the many tasks to ensure that this day took place. Also, I'd like to thank all of the teachers, counselors, community members, partners, coaches, and staff at Frankford High School that helped guide these graduates over the last 4 years to help them navigate all of the detours and obstacles that high school and life has thrown upon them on their journey here to this day. Admittedly, our graduates' journey to this day began more than just 4 years ago. As such, I'd like to take a moment for us all to recognize all of the elementary and middle school faculty and staff that have also contributed to our graduates' path to today's occasion. Last but certainly not least, I'd like to thank all of the parents for your continued support of your children and Frankford High School. You were your child's first teacher and have spent the last dozen or so years working hand in hand with school personnel and advocating for your children because you valued the importance of their education. It truly does take a village to raise a child. Now, to the class of 2019. This morning, you sit here on the precipice of adulthood. You entered this stadium this morning as a high school student, but you will exit as a high school graduate. Many of you are going to continue your education next year, while others of you will join the workforce or the armed services. Whatever it is that you decide to do in life, make sure that you do it well and do it with passion. Similarly to your time in school, there will be setbacks along the way. However, it's your resilience during those tough times that will ultimately determine your success. Remember that the measure of character isn't how many times you fail, it's how quickly you can learn from your mistakes and move forward. To echo this sentiment, I'd like to share a quote with you from Maya Angelou. She said, "You may encounter many defeats, but you must not be defeated. In fact, it may be necessary to encounter the defeats so you can know who you are, what you can rise from, and how you can still come out of it." As you are all very well aware, Frankford High School is known as the home of champions, and that's not without reason. Over the last 4 years, this very class has witnessed back-to-back public league championships in badminton and 3 consecutive public league championships in baseball, along with a city title during their sophomore year. While many of you sitting here may consider that a norm because of how many times you've witnessed it, I assure you, it is not. In fact, any champion you meet will tell you that they failed hundreds or thousands of times on their respective paths to becoming champions. It's important to note that every champion was once just a contender that wanted to be the best and refused to give up. I encourage each and every one of you to live every day like a champion. The class of 2019 will always have a special place in my heart. You, like I, started at Frankfurt 4 years ago. As any teacher will tell you, you never forget your first class, and I can attest to that myself. The same holds true for me today as your principal. Very shortly, I'm going to have the privilege of presenting my first class of freshmen with their high school diplomas. Whether I've been your principal for a year or two, all 4 years, or since you started middle school at Harding, please remember one thing. I love each and every one of you more than you'll ever know. If you remember nothing else I've ever said to you, let it be that. In closing, I am proud of all you've accomplished, but I'm more excited about the promise you bring to the future. No matter how far you move away from here or how old you grow to be, you will always remain a part of Frankfurt High School's long and storied history. As the saying goes, once a pioneer, always a pioneer. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the Salutatorian of the class of 2019, Miss Nevaeh Green.
Good morning, Frankfurt staff, parents, and the class of 2019. It gives me great pleasure to congratulate all of the students for persevering these last 4 years in order to be seated here today. High school hasn't been easy for any of us. Many of us have experienced difficulties that would have made it easy for us to just give up, but we didn't. We have all faced different obstacles and challenges over the last 4 years, but I can't say I'm surprised that we are persistent and continue to strive towards greatness, even when things got rough. I would like to thank all the teachers, counselors, various staff, and our parents for sticking by us. Without them, we would not be here today. There are times when we were hard to deal with, but they stood by our side and helped us prosper. We are grateful and we thank you. Life after high school will get tough to handle at times. We all have great aspirations to succeed, but I urge you all to heed the advice of Dorothy Height, who said, "Greatness is not measured by what we accomplish, but by the opposition we overcome to reach our goal." I am proud of each and every one of you, and I wish you all the best luck on your venture to adulthood. Congratulations to the graduating class of 2019.
Thank you, Nevaeh. You did a wonderful job. At this time, I would like to introduce to you Ms. Farah Caesar, the valedictorian of the 153rd graduating class of Frankfurt High School.
Good morning, Dr. Calderon, staff and faculty, friends and family, and the graduating class of 2019. I'm excited to be here today giving this speech. Today, we are all here to receive our diplomas and finally be able to continue our lives outside of Frankfurt High. 4 years ago, we came into Frankfurt scared and not knowing what to expect. We were just little freshmen coming into high school with no idea how to code. Being in a new environment and being around faces you have never seen while trying to find classes in a place you aren't used to was frustrating. Adapting to this new chapter was a difficult time, but fortunately many of us had our parents or guardians that were there to guide us through these tough times. Many of us created bonds with teachers that showed support, And for that, we all should thank our parents, family, and also our teachers that played a big part in who we are today. We all should thank our counselors that have always had their doors open for us and for giving us advice and helping us with our future plans. We no longer have the Frankford staff catering to our every needs. We are now young adults having to figure it out all around own. It will be hard, but this is what life is about, learning and trying to adapt on your own. Now it is time to say goodbye. It is time to leave the teachers that harass us to do our work and to make sure we get things done on time. It's time to leave many of the friendships that we have made in the last 4 years. It's time to say goodbye to the hallways that we have come to rely on. In the words of Mehmet Murat Ilden, you know, even when we leave a place, we leave our memories there, and they will represent us in our absence. So in reality, we will always continue to be in every place we depart. There have been many things that we have learned during our 4 years in Frankfurt. I hope that we all have learned one valuable lesson. Life goes on. Remember, once a pioneer. Congratulations, class of 2019, and I wish you all the best. We did it!
You're telling them to stand? Okay. Thank you, Farrah, for your speech. You guys have to admire their heels back here. They're like so sharp, ladies. Okay, at this time, I will leave with you Miss Wizoff and the choir with Man in the Mirror.
I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good. Gonna make a difference. Gonna make it right. As I turn up my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see a shooter in the street without enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, and a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. Na 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 na. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize could it be really me pretending that they're not alone? A willow 'cause they got nowhere to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make a change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways, and no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. Oh yeah, I'm asking him to change his ways. Better change, no message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make the change. You gotta get it right while you got the time. And if you close your heart, then you close your mind. That man, that man, that man. Oh yeah, that man, that man, that man. Better change, no message could have been any clearer. If you wanna make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. Na 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 na. Oh yeah. Na 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 na. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. For once in my life. I'm gonna make a change for once in my life. Change.
Let's give another round of applause for the Frankfurt voices in the class of 2019. At this time, I'd like to introduce to the podium your Student Council President, Ms. Alexis Santiago.
On the behalf of the senior class president that unfortunately can't speak, I have the honor of introducing our keynote speaker. Mr. Dawkins is a Frankfurt alumni and was elected to the State House of Representatives in 2014. It is my pleasure to present to you State Representative Jason Dawkins.
So good morning. Come on, class of 2019. Good morning. We just said you pioneered, but I can't hear it. Good morning. First off, let's thank all of our parents. That should have been the first thing we do because they got you here. Those who were your guardians or parents, so give them a round of applause. Next, you want to make sure you give honor to your faculty members, your principals, your teachers, your guidance counselors, all those who believed in you that made sure you was here today. Give them a round of applause. I am a proud Frankfurt graduate. It is something I wear on my sleeves every single day. I always tell my colleagues, it is Frankfurt versus everybody. So if you think you're going to compete with me, understand I graduated from the best high school in the city of Philadelphia, the best high school in the state of Pennsylvania, and you should wear that same pride every time you leave this building and go out in the world. Today we're going to talk a little bit about fear and some of the perceptions of fear, some of the obstacles of fear, and some of the strengths and power of fear. When I first came to Frankfurt High School, I came to Frankfurt High School under a different condition. I suffered the loss of my oldest brother when I came to Frankford High School as I was graduating from Harding Middle School. So my 9th and 10th grade was pretty rough. I didn't attend school as much as I should. I got left back in 9th grade. I was on the brink of dropping out of high school because I didn't believe that I would survive to see the graduation. And I remember my 9th grade orientation, the leader of that particular auditorium that day told us to look to our left and to our right. He said, I can guarantee you, one of you guys are not graduating. One of you may not survive the 4 years you're going to attend this school. And I knew to myself right then, I'm not going to be the guy that's going to be looked to the left or the right, and they're going to say he's going to be the one that's not going to make it. So I made a decision, because back in the 90s when I was in high school, we didn't have post-traumatic stress counselors to deal with young people who have seen gun violence in their community, seen a loved one being lost, and knowing how to cope with that tragedy. But I was fortunate to have a strong family. I was fortunate to have a strong friend group, and they helped me get through. So by the time I was in 11th grade, or should have been in 11th grade, I started turning around my life. I went to summer school. I took extracurricular classes. I made sure I wasn't going to be a statistic of another black man that's going to be dead or in jail in this community. You all have the opportunity right now to be whatever you want to be. I had an opportunity when I graduated Frankford High School to try to do something different. So I decided to go to Clark Atlanta University, where I did not get a chance to attend because I was called back to the city of Philadelphia when I learned that I was going to have a young son. And when I came back to Philadelphia, I didn't only just have the one son, I was able to be fortunate to be granted 2 other boys. One is graduating today, that is Ryan Milburn. I got another one in the audience, Tamir. And I share this story to let you know that I've been able, from leaving high school, no college degree, and was one of the youngest members elected to the House of Representatives. I now chair the City of Philadelphia delegation as one of the youngest members who ever chaired a delegation. And all I have is my Frankford High School diploma and the will to never give up. Fear is something that holds many people back because they believe they can't do anything else because of the zip code in which they come from. I'm here to tell you, do not let fear dictate your future. You dictate your future. You put the work in, you're going to get the work out. The power of fear is what holds so many folks back, but it also can be the thing that propels you forward. Do not let society tell you who you are. Do not let friends who may not understand your path tell you who you are, and sometimes family. Sometimes you got to believe in yourself and what you can achieve. And long as you know you have that pride of this school and this institution behind you, you have an advantage over all your peers because they have something they think they have over you. And fool them. I'm going to leave you with a quote from Nelson Mandela because I know you all eager to get out of here. I've learned that courage was not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. The brave is not he or she who does not feel afraid, but who conquers that fear. I want you as pioneers to conquer your fears and let nothing get in your way as you succeed to the very top. Congratulations, class of 2019. You are now ready to receive your diplomas.
So at this time, as Mr. Dawkins said, it's kind of the main event for why everybody came here today. I ask that out of respect so that families can hear their child's name announced, we keep the applause to a relatively respectful level. We are going to begin presentation of diplomas to the class of 2019.
Farah Caesar. Alexis Santiago. Nevaeh Green. Dariel Rivera.
Zaria Tab.
Ronaldo Ramirez.
Taylor Small.
Ezekiel Hernandez.
Leisha Carrasquillo.
Curtis Lake.
Amber Emery.
Sharif Brown.
Brianna Diaz.
Reese Reyes.
Tiana Quinones Abdullah.
Antonio Andujar.
Angel Rivera.
Edgar Marker.
Ashley Nugent.
Bryce Noah Adeshokan.
Rochelle Romero.
Zavon Covington.
Jamila King. Melanie Perez.
Cameron Montgomery.
Grace Williams.
Jason Labarge.
Nialina Rodriguez.
Michael Vasquez.
Tiana Watts.
Browdy Luna.
Zakira Dublin.
Sadra Santos.
Hadaya Rulek.
Malik Qatar.
Darlene Alvarez.
Keyshawn Slater.
Kiara Barrett.
Eric Mora.
Trinity Hernandez.
Sandine Smith.
Sierra McNear.
Emmanuel Cortez.
Omarni Riley.
Derek Williams.
Advancia Narcisse.
Bryant Brown Williams.
Brianna Williams.
Joseph Caputa.
Carissa Nampton.
Luck Highs the fourth.
Shaira Townsend.
Ron Walzer.
Keishla Rodriguez.
Jalil Lum.
Dominique Wolfhour.
Rohan Rodriguez.
Tashana McIntyre.
Luis Rodriguez.
Nairee Martin.
Vincent Kerteski.
Nairia Forrest.
Eric Watson. Ronaldo Perez.
Stacy Cruz Rantes.
Tyran Bailey.
Luis Fonseca.
Charles Cookson.
Cameron Hatfield.
Bahana Lakan.
Sincere Siv.
Clifford Rogers.
Tajamir Ballard. Malik Taylor.
Isari Rodriguez.
Zachary Bakeoven.
Joseph Harris.
Deshaun McCray.
Kevin Curran.
Kawan Washington.
Aaron Young. Eric Andujar.
Avi Padilla.
Rico Suave.
Zion Gideons.
Daquan Hundley.
Jeremiah Vilbrun.
Anthony Peel. Hakeem Fuqua.
Cameron Mount.
Jimmy Watkins.
Nazir McNeil.
Ryan Milburn. Daniel Lewis.
Nyake Suarez.
Carl Jefferson. Hold on. Aristides Bergeron.
Isaac Sepulveda.
Luis Ramos.
Tymil Rhodes.
River Santos.
Stephon Saint.
Jamel Jones.
Khalid Holman.
Alexis Wallace. Ashley De Leon.
Kevin Jackson.
Bianca Rodriguez.
Troy Keys.
Adiva Owajide Ajaman.
Abdullah Ba.
Ziance Smith.
Juvian Lopez.
Ruby Tran. Amina Ahmad.
Shamal Walker.
Sabrina Jenkins.
Romello Vasquez.
Kayla De La Rosa.
Shakur Love Williams.
Ariana Negron. Katina Jenkins.
Patrick Shimba.
Justine Taylor. Shay Martin.
Rashawn Williams.
Sydney Seda.
Macaulay Rodriguez.
Lera Harassment.
Jeremiah McClam.
Lisbeth Mesquita.
Jose Vargas.
Mary Alice Montero. Charisma Marius.
Richard Richet.
Aaliyah Edmonds.
Jaquan Williams.
Sierra Vaney. Sasha Johnson.
Akeem Redfield.
Jenny Jean.
Jenny Jean.
Divine Madden.
Mecca McRavian.
Good.
City Faye.
Kelsey Elliott.
Seydu Bliss Jai.
Daphne Dussinger Bond.
Jair Shakur Ballard West. William Mitchell.
Jada Jones.
Nicholas Rodriguez.
Ariana Santiago. Emily Melendez.
Leonardo Jaquez Colon. Alberto Gonzalez.
This came a little different.
Ready.
All right. If the class of 2019 can please rise. All right, graduates, I need your attention. By the authority conferred to me by the legislature of the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and the Board of Education of the School District of Philadelphia, I grant to you the high school diploma and all the rights and privileges thereof. To symbolize this accomplishment, I ask that each graduate now move your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap. I now pronounce you graduates of the 153rd class of Frankford High School. Okay, grab your hats. At this time, graduates, please remain standing and join Frankfurt Voices for the singing of the alma mater.